Okay, welcome back to class. All right, so here's what we're going to be doing today. This is a really awesome website. It's free as of right now, and it's called CamelCamelCamel.com. And what it does is it allows you to put in either an ASIN or a web link, a web address from Amazon, and it will give you data, history of that particular product. Okay. So what I've done here already is if we go back to my little sheet here, we were just looking at the bath toy organizers. I can't even speak. Organizers. What I did is I copied this link. Okay. And I brought it over here and then I just pasted it in here. Okay. So basically just pasted it and I hit enter and then look what magically happens. Okay. It shows me, if I scroll down here, it gives me the history, okay, all the way back to September 15th. And it shows me the price. They started at 12 and then they went to 14, stayed there for a little while, then they went back to 12, then they went all the way to 9, and then they went here to 11, then they went to 15 and back down. See, they're playing with the price to try to get themselves more sales so they can spike the Amazon algorithm and then they can get seen by more people. Okay, the more sales, the more you rank for keywords, the more you rank for keywords, the more that you get sales, and it just keeps going. So here you can see what they've done. Now, notice this. They went to 13, and they went back to 15, they went back to 13, and then they went back to 15, and they've stayed there since December-ish, okay, December, all the way till now at 14.97, I think it is, or 14.99, whatever, okay? So that's what it's told us. Now, here you can look here, you can see the highest price, the lowest price, and the average. So it gives you all of that stuff as well. All right, so this is some cool stuff right here. I hope you're getting excited. If you haven't learned about this website, this should get you really excited. Now, you can also set it up to where you get notifications that if they change their price, you can have them email you. So you basically just sign up for an account here. It's totally free. And then what you'll do, see here, you just put in your email, or Twitter, and then start tracking. And then what'll happen is it'll notify you if they increase the price or lower the price. So here's the other cool thing, and this is one of the best things, I think, is the sales rank. So here we can see the BSR going all the way back. So when they first started, and we're going back from all, right? So this is for back in September. So it looks like they launched this in September. And when they launched it, it looks like they did okay right out of the gate. They must have did some type of promotion, and then it dropped down to 16,000. But then they must have did another promotion to get it back up, and then that's kind of like a giveaway. That's what a giveaway will do. It'll boost up your ranking, and then as you do, you start to stay in because you're getting sales. Now you can see here in November they started to drop, and then they really dropped all the way down here. Could have ran out of stock. That's probably what happened. They probably ran out of inventory and came all the way down here. And then they got inventory. They did another boost and boom, then they're back up. And they've really stayed consistent the entire time. So what this allows me to see is at a glance, it shows me that yes, they've ran out of stock maybe, but then they were easily able to get back in here probably by doing a small promotion. But now if you were to look at these numbers right here, and that's why I say to track for like 7 days, because what happens here is if you look at these today, let's say that you look at these numbers today, okay, and you see that this one here is 371, this one here is 4,600, this one here is 2,963, and this one's 4,013. Well, you may say, wow, that's awesome. This is 2,963. I think I can come in here. But what you didn't know is that maybe this particular product ran a promotion where they gave 100 units away. And the reason why they gave 100 units away was to spike the sales algorithm inside of Amazon. And it's really not 100% sales. They're promotion sales, ones that they maybe sold for $1.95, which is what we'll talk about in the launch phase. But right now, I just need you to understand that this could be manipulated in a sense, okay? But if you can look at it over a course of 7 days, usually that will either stay or it will go way up or way down, depending, okay? Usually if they ran a promotion, it's going to go from here to then where it's going to go maybe, 8,000 the other way or maybe more, all right? But this is what's great about Camel is you can go in here and see if they've been running promotions, how the sales rank has been going. And you can see here that this is pretty consistent. So that tells me that from from right about here all the way to here, their sales are pretty steady and they're ranking 1800 and less. Okay, now look at this. If I want to take this and bring this back to a 3-month view, I can look at the 3-month. So the 3-month is showing me here that, here they were ranked 350, then they were all the way up in here. They were selling a lot more. Then they dropped to 500. Then they were, they're bouncing around a little bit. But this also shows me the sales volume for an entire 6 months. So here's 6 months, and I'm looking at this and I'm going, okay, they ran out of stock here. I can almost bet on that. But if they didn't run out of stock, they would have stayed consistent all the way through. So what this tells me, it's almost like looking at it as if it's like a seasonal item. If it's a seasonal item like a barbecue glove, you may see that in July it does really well, and then all of a sudden it drops, right? Because in the wintertime, not a lot of people are grilling. So this is a great way too to see kind of like the trend as far as how it's going to do. So this one here looks really good. They're doing well. And let's just go ahead and check another one now. So let me go back to my little spreadsheet here. I'm going to click on this one. I'm going to copy the link. We're going to go back here, do the same thing. We're going to hit enter, and boom, we're going to check this one out. So let's go ahead. This one's $13.95. Let's see what the price has been. Well, it looks like they've been selling since March. Okay, and they were at a little bit more than $15, like 16 bucks. Then they went to, well, what's it? Oh no, I'm sorry. It was less. It was like 14 bucks. Then down here to 0. And then from here, again, the same about, and now recently they've went all the way up to 28. And the reason why they probably did that was they were going to run out of stock. So that's another little trick that people do. Instead of running out of stock, they'll just raise their price. And if people buy it, they buy it. But if most of the time it's going to slow down sales. So you can kind of prolong running out of stock. So that's a little trick that's kind of known out there. So this is how this has been running. Now, this is since March. It looks like they only launched this in March. So this is fairly new, okay? Because if I go back here to 1 month, that's all it's going to give me. See, so they've only been selling for a month. And let's now go to the sales rank. Okay, so here we are. So it's showing that it's starting out at, let's say, 0, which is crazy because they probably had to do some type of promotion. But then they went and they're kind of floating around here, right? And then here you can see they went all the way to 81,000. Now that could have been either running out of stock, or it could just be that sales totally dropped. And now here, it looks like they went way up. They might have did another little promotion. So this one doesn't have as much history, but it still shows that it's doing okay right now. Okay, it's still doing okay. So that's how you do that on that particular one. So now let's go back to our little chart here. And then this one's in baby again. So let's just go ahead and copy that link. I'm going to do it again. Let's go back to camel. I know it's a funny name, isn't it? And we're going to go ahead and hit that, hit enter. And then let's see what this one does. We're going to go to the price history. Now, the price history on this one it's pretty consistent. And this is, again, they probably jacked their price because they were running out of inventory. But right here, they started at about about $14.50 or something. And they stayed, then they increased it slightly just to probably see if they could increase the sales, and then dropped it back again. Maybe they were losing sales, and then boom, they jacked it probably because they were going to run out of inventory. And then once they got inventory back in stock, they went here, and then they came back to the regular price. Then here they bumped it again. Looks like here at about 16 or 15.50 or something, and then here they went back to 14.47. Now let's look at the sales rank. Okay, so now here's like the starting, and it looks like they've been at it for about 3 months. So, and this is all of the history. So since December, started at 5,000, and then they kind of went up, and they went down, went up, and this could have been from promotions, and then no promotions, and all that stuff. This is kind of like the beginning stages. And their worst was 6,000. That's the worst that they've been, but then they've continually been improving. And a lot of times that's after you do like a promotion, you'll drop maybe, and then you'll start to come back, especially if you do pay-per-click and stuff that I'll show you inside of this class. But basically then they're bringing themselves up through the ranks. Now they've gotten to the top 1,000, and now they're starting to decline a little bit again, and who knows why, but they are, and they might have to do another little boost, or maybe it's just that time of year. But then they're going to have to do another, like I said, like another boost maybe to bring it back. But still, 2,600 ranking, you're selling your 10 a day. Okay, and just while we're in here, let's do the last one and see what that one's doing. So let's just go ahead and copy the link, go here, and go here, and let's check this one out. Okay, and this was the one that was furthest down. It's technically at $7. It started at $15 and then it went down. So they're probably not getting as many sales as they want. So that's why they dropped it to try to spike the sales without having to do a promotion. But here they were at $18 at the highest point, and it looks like they've been at it for about 3 months. About 90 days. Okay. Now let's go to the sales rank. And then, yeah, look at, so we started way down 40,000 ish. And then we might have did like a promotion. And then since that promotion, they've never dipped down below probably like 12,000. And then boom, they're just climbing. And then now they're hovering just above 8,000. And then here they're at 4,000. They even went to 1,500. So again, within 90 days, they're definitely selling their 10 per day. Okay. And they're not charging as much right now, but they were charging, if we go back, they were charging $15 up to just recently. So this was selling. So these numbers that we're looking at, these sales ranks, where a lot of these were at $15. Okay. So it's very comparable. And that's another thing you can look at. Were they always selling at $7, or is that something they're doing now just to kind of spike the sales? You wouldn't know that if you didn't look at this. You would look at this and go, oh, they're only $7. But actually right now it's showing. So this must have been, right now it was the price that it is currently, but it was probably changed and now it's changed back. That's the only thing I can figure out from that. But it's saying $7 third party, but right now we looked at it and it's technically $14.45. But again, every one of those that I just looked at proves that it's legit, right? So I can almost not even worry about tracking these for the next 7 days, and I can start moving into finding a supplier for these. That's how I can speed up that process. And in this case, if I was going to go after that, that would be my next step. I would go right to looking for a supplier if I was going to go down this road. Or I may just go ahead and start trying to look at other baby products that could complement this, like the numbers in the tub, or other things for maybe inside the tub, or maybe even after you get out of the tub, maybe a towel, a certain towel, or maybe after that it's going to be something in the bedroom for when they go to bed. Maybe a little thing there to organize something in there. So again, I'm thinking out loud, but I'm kind of running you through the process. This is the process. Build out your lists, okay? And I say lists, I didn't say list. You have a few of these, whether it's the one product and then you're going to do another product related to this product and then another product related to this product. That's fine, but I want you to have 5 products when you go into the finding a supplier stage, because I want you to be able to have a backup plan and then another backup plan and another one and another one. I want you to have 5. All right, so that is pretty much going to wrap it up. That is Camel. And like I said, as of right now, it's free, and I can't believe it's free because it's such a huge resource for us, and it's real simple and straightforward. And yeah, that's it. That's Camel. Enjoy it and have fun with it. And hey, here's looking that you find your product. So I'm going to see you in the next lesson.